So let's go over some of the problems with testing, or these are just sort of things to keep in mind when you're testing so that you don't spend undue time or stress on the testing phase. And the first one is that exhaustive testing is impossible. What this means is that we have this curve right here of time spent and bugs that we might accomplish. And over time, this curve gets less and less and less, meaning that maybe 100% is right here. So maybe we can get 95% of the bugs definitely knocked out. But the more bugs we find, the stronger and stronger amount of work and time we have to spend to get those next percentage of bugs gone. And even with this, we'll never know if the program is bug free. It's almost impossible to design a test case for every single possible use case with your program, especially if it's something large. Imagine Windows or Mac OS trying to make sure that it was 100% bug free. It would cost trillions of dollars and years and years and years of time. By the time they actually developed one of those that they could consider maybe 99.9% bug free, the technology would have moved on and the product would be useless. So we have to keep that in mind, is that we don't need to make sure that it's 100% bug free. We just need to make sure that it's generally bug free. And this is also something important, is that this idea that as the number of detected defects increases, so does the probability of more bugs. Imagine if you had two programs, both doing the exact same thing. You run the same test cases on both of these programs. So you have program A and you have program B. And program A comes back with 10 bugs. And you might think, oh, that's a lot. There's some things wrong with program A. You run the same program or the same test case on B and it has 150 bugs. Now, just on these exact same test cases, which one of these do you think might have even more problems later on? And it's probably going to be B, because the amount of bugs that we detect gives us the overall quality of the code. And so if we detect more and more bugs, there's the probability that the whole code base is probably not written very well, and there's probably more and more bugs in there. So with the 10 bugs versus the 150 bugs, we're probably going to find over the course of testing this, way less bugs than we do with a course of testing this. And again, this is a probability, so this isn't guaranteed. Maybe this ends up having 500 and this one stays at 150. It's never a guaranteed thing, but it's a general sort of notion that we need to think of, is if we begin our testing phase and we start looking at the code and there is a bug after bug after bug after bug, then we might need to start looking at the architecture of the app, and something might be terribly wrong with the code base, and we're going to be dealing with bugs with this forever. We need to make decisions on what to do about that. So those are just some of the very important things to understand whenever we're talking about testing. This one is, of course, the most important. Exhaustive testing is impossible. We cannot guarantee the program will not have bugs. We just need to try to get as many of them out as possible in the most efficient way possible. Our company is still trying to make money, so we're still trying to release this product on time. Adding 8 weeks to the product's deadline does not usually result in a favorable outcome for, the employees. So we don't want to add, 2 months to the dev time to test that last 2% of bugs. We don't want to do that. That's probably not going to be the best decision. At some point, we have to make the efficiency call, and we have to understand that we want to do good testing, but we don't want to try to guarantee there are no bugs. It's just wasted effort.